Hi, I'd like to teach you all the original Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, the original language of Yeshua. And the reason I wanted to do this is because Yeshua was very much taught a lot of deep Christian mysticism, which is missing from the Bible, and also got lost in translation from Aramaic to English because it loses so much of the message. And if you actually understand the message and you understand how it was delivered and you understand the point of the message, it will really, really help you and give you more faith. So the original Lord's Prayer was a kind of a mission statement, really, for the future, for the new age, for the new earth. So, you know, whether you believe it or not, we are in what we call end of times. I mean, you have to just look in the Bible at Revelation at the back and just read some of the things that happened at the end of times and then tally them up with what's happening now. And it's kind of hard to deny that we're not at that stage in our humanity. So the new earth is on its way, and Yeshua tried to prepare us for the new earth by preaching unity, consciousness, oneness, unconditional love, love thy neighbour, love as thyself, etc. Unfortunately, 2,500 years later, we're not no closer to that. In fact, we've actually gone backwards. We love each other even less. So it's so important that we understand the Lord's Prayer in its terminology, and it's so important that we go beyond the four Gospels because they don't contain the whole message of Yeshua. Jim Morrison, of the Doors, the band, he sang a song called "This Is the End," and it's a song about the end of times. And one of the lyrics is "Lost in a Roman wilderness of pain." And what he's referring to there is that the Romans hid a lot of the message that Jesus presented to people, like missing pieces, almost like the real keys to the real missing piece of the jigsaw, almost like the keys to the kingdom of heaven, the keys to your soul, the keys how your soul has to ascend. So each of us, we need to raise our vibration. Our soul needs to increase its vibration to the vibration of pure love. And the planet is changing and increasing the frequency. That's why there's so much turmoil, etc., in the world, because people are still clinging to old ways of darker ways of living and not embracing the new earth, which is pure love, brotherhood, sisterhood, unity, consciousness. So yeah, it's a quick bit about energy and vibration. So our Creator, most in the Bible will know that he breathed the earth, he breathed on the water, and we created the world. Well, sort of breath and everything is a form of energy and a form of vibration. So our Creator vibrates the frequency of pure love, and that is around there. So anyone who's got any of that ringing in their ears, don't go to the doctor. It's our Creator trying to get your attention. Okay. So that's his frequency, her frequency, by the way, because he's not our Father who art in heaven, he's our Father, the Mother. God is one entity, a singular entity, but of pure love. But to occupy, to be live on our planet, he needs to come in two forms, duality of male and female. As in everything on our planet is male and female, or as it opposites, one and naught, computer systems, hot and cold, love and hate. That's basically how our planet operates. So our Creator has to manifest into two forms, and male and female. So straight away, when we hear the Lord's Prayer and people say, "Our Father, who art in heaven," sorry, I'm going again. "Our Father who art in heaven," straight away it's a bit of a sexist, patriarchal, Roman man thing to do. If I do Freudian slip and call him him, it's because during this video, it's because you get so programmed to call him him. So I will try to avoid that. But if I do, don't catch me out. is purely accidental. Okay. So the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. Okay. So the first thing to remember is when we address our Creator, we have to energetically align. So the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic is what's called a body prayer, meaning it makes your body connect as well as your mind. So it's meant to get your heart, your body, your soul, everything to vibrate and connect with our divine Creator. So the opening line is Abun de Buishmea. And we need to get our body to vibrate at our individual energetic signature. So the way to do that is, you remember when you were a kid, well, boys do this in particular, they'll rev up a car, they'll go vroom, 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 all right. So what you do is you find your own vroom, vroom, okay? So you find the tone that makes your legs, your heart, your shoulders, your whole body vibrate. So you find that in you, that's your energetic signature, that's your buzz, that's your signature, that's what Creator knows you as, that's your buzz, okay? So, Abun de Buishmea, that's my buzz, okay? So here goes, I'll do the whole Lord's Prayer and then I'll break it down into its pieces and help you understand why it means so much more than the Lord's Prayer that you guys know and why it's so important that we understand this, okay? Here goes. So 3 breaths. Abun de Buishmea. Nakadishmach. Tete Malakuthak. Nakhoezeviana Kaikana de Buishmea Af Baraha. Havlan Lachma di Sukana Yumana. Washbuklein Hayabain Waktakain. I kana dafkan swapkan el halabain. Welatelan lenes yuna elapatsan men bicha. Metol delaki malakufa wehela watis buska alam. Amen. Amen. Here comes a lawnmower. Brilliant. Okay, so that is the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. As you can see, it's very, very vibrational, very expressive, very breath-based. Okay, so let me break it down for you into its constituent parts. Okay, so abun di Buishmea. It means a lot more than our Father heart in heaven. It means, O Bertha, Father, Mother of the cosmos, you create all that moves in light. O thou, the breathing life of all, creator of the shimmering sound that touches us. Respiration of all worlds, we hear you breathing in and out in silence. Source of sound, in the roar of the whisper, in the breeze and the whirlwind, we hear your name. Radiant one, you shine within us, outside us, even darkness shines when we remember. Names of names, our small identity unravels in you, you give it back as lessons. Wordless action, silent potency, where ears and eyes awaken, their heaven comes. O Bertha, Mother, Father, Mother of the cosmos. As you can see, it's a bit richer than our Father who art in heaven. Nakadishmach. That means, hallowed be thy name as you know it. It actually means, focus your light within us, make it useful as the rays of a beacon show the way. Help us breathe one holy breath, feeling only you. This creates a shrine inside in wholeness. Help us let go, clear the space inside of busy forgetfulness so that name comes to life. Your name, your sound can move us if we tune our hearts as instruments for its tone. Hear the one sound that created all others. In this way, the name is hallowed in silence. In peace, the name resides, a room of one's own, a holy of holies, open, giving light to all. We all look elsewhere for this light. It draws us out of ourselves, but the name always lives within. Focus your light within us. So, and that is as opposed to hallowed be thy name. Tete Malakuthach. This means, as you know it, thy kingdom come. What it really means is, Create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Let your counsel rule our lives, clearing our intention for co-creation. Unite our I can to yours so that we walk as kings and queens with every creature. Desire with and through us the rule of universal fruitfulness into the earth. Your rule springs into existence as our arms reach out to embrace all creation. Come into the bedroom of our hearts, prepare us for the marriage of power and beauty. From the divine union, let us birth new images for a new world of peace. That is, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But the real meaning is, your one desire that acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Let all wills move together in your vortex as stars and planets swirl through the sky. Help us love beyond our ideals and sprout acts of compassion for all creatures. As we find your love in ours, let heaven and nature form a new creation. Unite the crowd within in a vision of passionate purpose, like mates with form. Create in me a divine cooperation from many selves, one voice, one action. Let your heart's fervent desire unite heaven and earth through our harmony. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Havlan lakma di sukana yumana. We know that as give us this day our daily bread, but really it means grant what we need each day in bread and insight, sustenance for the call of growing life. Give us the food we need to grow through each day, each new day, through each illumination of life's needs. Let the measure of our need be earthness. Give all things simple, verdant, passionate. Produce in us, for us, the possible, each only human step towards home lit up. Help us fulfill what lies within the circle of our lives each day. We ask no more, no less. Animate the earth within us. We then feel the wisdom underneath supporting all. Generate through us the bread of life. We hold only what is asked to feed the next month. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight. Lakma means wisdom. It's divine wisdom. So it's like knowledge. It's like inspiration, voices in our heads, little things telling us certain things. And what we're supposed to do with that is we're supposed to contemplate that lakma and turn it into what's called hokma, which is holy wisdom. And that holy wisdom we then share with others to help us all achieve oneness and unity together with each other and with God, and to create a new world. So that really is the idea. You download your wisdom, you contemplate it, and then you share it, as I'm doing now with you guys. As you know it, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. It really means loose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Forgive our hidden past, the secret shames, as we consistently forgive what others hide. Lighten our load of secret debts as we relieve others of their need to repay. Erase the inner marks of failures, make just as we scrub our hearts of others' faults. Absorb our frustrated hopes and dreams as we embrace those of others with emptiness. Untangle the knots within so that we can mend our hearts, simple ties to others. Compost our inner stolen fruit as we forgive others the spoils of their trespassing. Loose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands that we hold of others. So quite a lot to that. That means lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil in the Lord's Prayer, but the reality is, don't let surface things delude us, but free us from what holds us back. Don't let us enter forgetfulness, the temptation of false appearances, to the fraud of inner vacillation, like a flag tossed in the wind, alert us. Break the hold of unripeness, the inner stagnation that prevents good fruit. From the evil of injustice, the green fruit, and the rotten, grant us liberty. Deceive neither by the outer nor the inner, free us to walk your path with joy. Keep us from hoarding false wealth and from inner shame of help not given in time. Don't let surface things delude us, but free us from what holds us back. And the final part, Metol della ki malakufa wehela watis buska alam almin amen. We know that as thine kingdom come and the power and the glory forever and ever, amen. Okay, what it means is, from you is born all ruling will, the power of life to do, the song that beautifies all, from the age to age renews. To you belongs each fertile function, ideals, energy, glorious harmony during every cosmic cycle. Out of you, the queen and kingship ruling principles, the I can of the cosmos. Out of you, the vital force producing and sustaining all life, every virtue. Out of you, the astonishing fire, the birthing glory, returning light and sound to the cosmos. Again and again, from each universal gathering of creatures, nations, planets, time to the next. Truly, power to these statements may be the ground from which all may my actions grow, sealed in trust and faith. Amen. So as you can see and hear, the Lord's Prayer is extremely expressive and extremely deep and rich, and is pretty much the mission statement for the new earth, the plan of unity, togetherness, unity, consciousness, oneness. How do I know all this stuff? Okay. For the last 7 years, I have done what's called a Venusian initiation, which is a very, very deep, mystical, spiritual initiation, which requires a study of all religions and Islam, Sufism, which is a mystic side of Islam, Christian mysticism, Kabbalah, Hebrew, Buddhism, Taoism, all the lot. It requires you understand them all, because once you understand them all, they all kind of say the same thing in the end. But again, you know, as a Christian, you need to do what Yeshua taught, which is to use discernment. And my discernment will tell me, if you read in a book where the Romans took 18 years of his life out of it, just imagine that somebody wrote an autobiography of your child. Is it an autobiography or autobiography? With somebody else who writes it, I'm not sure. But imagine if somebody wrote a book about your child who you love and 18 years were missing. I think you'd be in the editor's office tomorrow saying, where's the 18 years of his life? They were the important bits. They were the bits where he learned his skills, his craft. Why have you left them out? But nobody seems to ask that. And nobody asks as well why the people who killed Yeshua and actually wrote a book about him. It's a bit like Keir Starmer writing a book about Tommy Robinson after he's had him killed or something, if we did have the death penalty in this country. But anyway, so I hope I've not offended any Christians. If I have, I do apologise. You know, at the end of the day, you read the Lord's Prayer, you have to forgive me anyway. So, I've done the part of the initiation as well is I wake up at 5 and I meditate. I've just finished meditating. I meditate till 12 or something like that. I do a lot of shadow work, a lot of inner work, a lot of work on myself, a lot of study, a lot of contemplation, a lot of isolation. Actually, I've been in hermit mode for 7 months. But I think now I'm ready to maybe share this wisdom with people if they want to know it. So any comments of encouragement, and hopefully not too much slating and everything. Hopefully not too many pedantic people catching me out. You know, my message is pure. My message is from the heart. My message is designed to help. My message wants to rekindle people's love for our Creator. And unfortunately, the missing pieces in all religions is what stopped us really, really understanding our Creator. And one final message. God is in your heart. You don't need a church or a middleman to access your own heart. So everything is already written there already. So once you start to do your own inner work, and you know, you will find information that's right for you, and you'll get to know God on a much more personal level than you would go into a church, I'm afraid to say. So good luck, God bless, and thanks for listening. Bye.